Good morning. I'm with Monroe City Schools, and my name is Melanie Hurd, and I'm a curriculum coordinator with Monroe City Schools, and I've been with our system for 35 plus years. So I love this opportunity to get to read to everybody. And as a new grandmother of now 6 grandchildren, I talked to one of my little grandbabies, who's 3, and his favorite book is Zach's Alligator. So that's the book I'm going to read to you first. Zach's Alligator. A big box came in the mail for Zach. It was from Zach's Uncle Jim in Florida. Zach shook the box. What could be in it, he wondered. He untied the bow and he ripped off the paper, and there was another box inside. Zach lifted the lid. Inside was an alligator keychain with a note from Uncle Jim. It said, "Dear Zach, here's a present for you. Have fun. Love, your Uncle Jim. P.S. Water Bridget." Zach held up the keychain. "It must be Bridget," he said. Zach put Bridget in the sink and turned on the faucet. Bridget began to move. Her head turned and her tail curled. Bridget grew bigger and bigger. Soon she filled the whole sink. Zach moved Bridget to the tub and turned on the shower. Bridget stretched inside, and "It feels so good," she said. Zach watched. Bridget grew larger and larger. She grew out of the tub and over the side. Bridget moaned and groaned and whipped her tail and splashed water everywhere. "What is going on in there?" Zach's mom said. "I'm watering the alligator," Zach said. "Alligator? What alligator?" "The one Uncle Jim sent me," Zach said. He heard his mom laugh. "Oh, I see," she said. "Well, clean up when you're done." "Oh, I will," Zach said. Bridget crawled out of the tub and onto the floor. "I am hungry," she said. "Do you have any fish?" "I don't know," said Zach. "Let's go see." So Bridget followed Zach down the stairs and into the kitchen. Zach opened the refrigerator door. "No fish," said Bridget. "No," Zach said, "no fish. But we have some meatloaf." "Oh, I can fix you a meatloaf special." "What is that?" asked Bridget. "A surprise," said Zach. "I love surprises," said Bridget. Bridget went to the living room and stretched out on the sofa. The sofa shook. Bridget looked at the TV. "What is that funny-looking box?" she said. Then she hollered to Zach, "Hurry up with the food." "I'm coming," Zach said. He was making his meatloaf special. Meatloaf, peanut butter, mustard, banana, and a couple pickles. I don't think that sounds very good, y'all. "Zach, what are you doing?" asked his mom. "I'm fixing some meatloaf for Bridget." "Who is Bridget?" "The alligator," Zach said. "Oh, of course," said Mom. "Well, save some for dinner." "Oh, I will," Zach said. Can you imagine that sandwich? Oh! Bridget ate every bite of Zach's meatloaf special. "Delicious," she said. "I've never eaten anything like that before. Back home in the glades, I ate mostly fish and snakes and slugs." Suddenly, Bridget jumped up. "Time for a walk," she said. Bridget wobbled to the door and Zach followed. Bridget's long tail. It knocked over a chair and some books off the table. Zach picked up the chair and the books. "We're going out, Mom," he called. "We?" she asked. "Oh, yes, you and Bridget. I forgot. Well, don't be too long and please be home soon." Outside, Bridget was wrestling with a garden hose. "I will get you," she growled. She gave the hose a big bite. Water squirted everywhere. I wonder what she thought that was. Well, Zach ran and turned off the water. "That snake won't bother anyone ever again," said Bridget. Zach sighed and shook his head. Bridget took off down the sidewalk and Zach followed. Just then, the mailman pulled up in his truck. "What is that?" Bridget asked. Before Zach could answer, Bridget attacked. She bit the tire of the the truck, air hissed out. "Dogs are bad enough," shouted the mailman, "but I can't handle this. No, sir, no alligators." The mailman jumped into his truck and drove away with a flat tire. Kaplonk, kaplonk, kaplonk. Bridget shook her head. "I'm glad we don't have these in the glades," she said. Zach tried to say something, but Bridget was off again. They came to the park and Bridget wanted to swing. After that, she climbed on the monkey bars. Then she jumped on the seesaw. Zach had never seen anyone seesaw by themselves. Next, Bridget ran to the merry-go-round. Round and round she went, and she began to sing. "Oh, I'm a gator from the glades, and I can do anything, and I mean anything." Bridget got so dizzy, she fell off the merry-go-round. Zach helped Bridget up. Just then, his best friend Tuck came up, riding his bike. "Hey, Zach," he said. "Where did you get that alligator?" He said, "Well, from my Uncle Jim." "Some uncle," he said. Suddenly, Bridget shouted, "What's that fuzzy wuzzy?" The woman took one look at Bridget and picked up her dog. "Come on, Poopsie," she said. "Let Mama take you home." Well, Bridget did a cartwheel. "Who would want a fuzzy wuzzy anyway?" she said. "I'm thirsty, not hungry." Bridget did a quick 1-2 and hop-skipped to the fountain. She drank big gulps of water. Zach and Tuck watched. "Will you bring Bridget to school?" "I don't know," said Tuck. Then a policeman came over. "You need a leash for that alligator," he said. "There's a law, you know." "Yes, sir," said Zach. The policeman frowned and, "Well, you better keep him under control." "Him?" cried Bridget. Well, excuse me. I beg your pardon. How rude. Hasn't he ever seen a girl gator before?" "Well, you should bring her to school." Zach said maybe. Zach and Tuck rode Bridget around the park. Suddenly, Bridget started to shrink. "I need more water," she said. Zach and Tuck helped her to the fountain. Bridget slurped and slurped the cool water. "This place is too dry," she said. "In the glades, there's plenty of water and moss and tall trees." What are the glades?" they asked. "Oh, the Everglades," Zach said. "They're in Florida. That's where my uncle lives." "Do you think he could send me an alligator?" "I don't know," said Zach. "I'll ask him." "That would be great," said Tuck. "We'll have to go now. Don't forget to bring Bridget to school." "Oh, please, Bridget," said to Zach. "I want to go to school too." "We'll see," said Zach. On the way home, Bridget began shrinking more and more. She looked up at Zach. "Will you water me again?" "I will water you every day," said Zach. "Oh, good," said Bridget. But Bridget was getting smaller and smaller. She bobbled her head up and down and began singing, "I'm a gator from the glades and I like to have fun every day. Oh, yeah." When they got home, Bridget was a keychain size again. Zach put her safely in his pocket. "Hello," said Zach's father. "Your mother said you were out with an alligator. May I see it?" "Well, yes, sir," said Zach. And Zach pulled out the keychain with a small alligator hanging from it. "That's very nice," said his father. "Now, go wash for dinner." Zach went upstairs to his room, and he could hear his mother tell his father they would have chicken for dinner instead of meatloaf. "Are you all right?" whispered Zach. "Never better," Bridget said. She yawned. "Don't forget to water me tomorrow." "Oh, I won't," said Zach. Zach put Bridget in his pocket, and Zach called Mother. "Dinner's ready. Oh, I'm coming." And Zach felt Bridget move. He patted his pocket and smiled. The end.